Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jai Hind, Namaskar. Good morning. So, I welcome you all to this session. We are starting with a new initiative from today, and that is the daily editorial analysis. We are having this like editorials, and they are like they have been considered as a very important part of your exam preparation, whether you are preparing for 2027, 2028, or even those who are preparing for 26. So for all those students, these editorials, they are very much crucial. They are very much important. They are very much significant for building the content, developing that understanding, and also developing your personality. Okay. So this is something which is very much essential for everyone. Like, what do you get from this? When we talk about this editorial, what are the things which you are going to get from the editorials? The number one thing which you will find here, the very important thing, is the syllabus understanding and linking. You will be able to understand the syllabus, you will be able to understand that how the current affairs, how the current issues are related with your syllabus, how you can prepare it. At the same time, you are also going to get exam oriented content. Like when we are talking about GS paper 2 or GS paper 3, you are aware about this, that this is a dynamic paper. This is a dynamic paper. ये dynamic होता है. You need current affairs in order to do this. So what we do this, like these editorials, they are providing you the exam oriented content which you can use for answer writing. This is something which is very much crucial for answer writing. Now at the same time, through these sessions, we will also try to make you familiar with the question pattern. ये जो sessions होंगे, through that session, we will try to make sure that you are also aware about the question pattern. Then at the same time, you will also learn this ability of the development of your mind. You will be able to think about the topics. You will be able to link the different topics. That is also one of the part which we are going to achieve through these sessions. Okay. Then at the same time, there will also be part of a personality development, because when you know about things, when you are able to express it, when you are able to think about it, this is something which is going to help you in your personality development. Okay. This is one class which we are having in English medium. The current affair classes which will be there, now they are going to be conducted in evening. Okay. Current affair classes will be in evening. This is the session for editorial analysis. ये आपका editorial analysis का session है. This is something for editorial. And in the evening, we have the current affair session. So evening में we are having this current affair session. In the morning, we are having the editorial analysis session. So I hope that's clear. सभी को clear है? The current affair classes will be in the evening and the editorial analysis in English will be there in the morning. Now come to this part, can we make notes of it? Yes. This is one thing for which you can make notes. ये वही सेशन है जहां से आपको नोट्स बनाने हैं. You have to develop your content through this. You have to also practice answer writing. So those who have started for 27 or 28, or even those who have started for 2029, now this is the time when you can build your content. You can build your content, plus you can also go for this answer writing. Okay. तो आप इसमें आंसर राइटिंग भी कर सकते हो, प्लस यू कैन ऑल्सो बिल्ड योर कंटेंट. तो दैट इज द यूटिलिटी ऑफ दीज सेशंस. ये आपका यूटिलिटी रहेगा इन सेशंस का. तो लेट्स स्टार्ट. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, if we talk about this, today is World Health Day. We are not going into that when World Health Day was started, what is the theme of World Health Day. These are not relevant for UPSC examination. Why I am telling you? I am telling you for this part, I am telling you from this part that this, in today's newspaper, most of the articles are related to health. Most of the editorials are related to health. And this will help you to build your content for health, which is a part of your GS paper. Health is part of your GS paper too. So here we have this first editorial. Okay. Here we are having our first editorial, which is like climate change as a public health emergency. Climate change as a public health emergency. Other articles are also related to health sector. Now, first of all, you should be aware what questions have been asked from health sector. What questions have been asked from health sector? आज तक क्या क्या questions आए हैं? So let us first have a look at this. You can see on this side we are having a watch. Okay. It is basically a imitation of the magnetic compass. You may have seen magnetic compass. Magnetic compass is something which tells you about the direction. Magnetic compass is telling you about the direction. So the previous year questions, they are also acting as a magnetic compass for your exam. They help you to understand the syllabus. They help you in writing good answer. They help you in content preparation. They help you in avoiding the deviance. When you are deviating from there, so it is also helping you to avoid that. It is helping you to focus on your exam, to focus on your paper. So now here we have the first question. See, this is a question of 2024. In a crucial domain like public healthcare system, the Indian state should play a vital role to contain the adverse impact of marketization of the system. So it was about public healthcare at grassroots level. Then we have another question that primary health structure is a necessary precondition for sustainable development. This was in 2021. Then we have another question. In order to enhance the prospect of social development, sound and adequate healthcare policies are needed in the field of geriatric and maternal healthcare. Appropriate local community level intervention is a prerequisite to achieve health for all in India, explained. Again in 2018. So in the last 7 years, you may see 4 questions are there from health sector. ये 4 क्वेश्चन देखकर आपको समझ में आया होगा कि what is the pattern of asking the question. What is the pattern of asking the question? They're asking about public healthcare system, reforms in it. So this is one part which you can understand from here. If you are preparing for 26, if you are having time, then you can go for it. Uttar Pradesh, Kanpur. Welcome, Rishi. Okay. So this is the first part. What you can understand is like how the questions has been framed from the health topic. Health topic से क्या क्या question आए? First we have to understand it. Now coming to our topic. Now we are coming to our topic. The first topic is the climate change as a public health emergency. Climate change as a public health emergency. Now see the syllabus part. It is related to health as well as environment. It is related to health as well as environment. There can be a question about the impact of climate change on health system in case of GS paper 3 also. And in GS paper 2 also, they can ask you a similar question. So at the end of the session today, I will give you a practice question also. अभी तो हमने देखा कि what have been the previous year questions. But at the end of the session, I will be providing you a practice question also to write how we can practice questions on this basis. Now, this is one of the part of what we are going to do in our sessions, what we are going to do through these areas. Now coming to this part, let us explore this article. इस article को अब explore करते हैं. From here you can make your notes also. From here you can do everything. You can practice answer writing, you can make notes also. All these things are important from here. Now the question is saying climate change. So suppose we are making a notes of climate change, and especially with respect to healthcare. So first let us examine that what are the domains which are there, the domains, how it is impacting climate change. Now this climate change is leading to torrential rainfall, which can cause flooding, which can cause this flooding and waterlogging. This torrential rainfall can cause flooding and waterlogging. Flooding and waterlogging. Now, if we are having this flooding and waterlogging, do we have any impact on our health system because of this? क्या इस flooding से हमारे health system पे कोई impact होगा? Can this flooding lead to some impact on the healthcare system? Can it lead to waterborne infections? Can this lead to waterborne infections? There can be waterborne infections, like we can see that it can lead to typhoid. It can lead to typhoid. It can lead to hepatitis A. It can lead to the problem of cholera, etc. So there is first part, this climate change, it can lead to the torrential rainfall. And this torrential rainfall may lead to all these following problems. There can be these many problems because of torrential rainfall. But at the same time, this climate change can also become a reason for drought. It can also cause a problem called as drought. Now, when we are having a drought-like condition, what may happen there? There will be a water scarcity. There is a problem related to this, which is called as water scarcity. Water scarcity. And this water scarcity in turn is also going to lead to the problem of diarrheal diseases. Okay. So what we see that diarrheal diseases, it can also lead to the problem chronic dehydration. Chronic dehydration. So this is also a problem. We see that on one side there can be too much rainfall which can cause some diseases. There is a drought-like condition also which can cause some diseases. There is also a part, this climate change is also leading to change in seasonal pattern. Change in seasonal pattern. Change in seasonal pattern. This is leading to a change in seasonal pattern. So what it is impacting? It is impacting the infections. It is impacting the infections, allergies and vector-borne diseases. Okay. This is changing the range and duration of infection, allergies and vector-borne diseases. Let me give you some example. Here we have an example Like malaria. Malaria is a disease which is very much common in the areas where we have high humidity, where we have high temperature. Malaria is a disease which is common in areas of high humidity and high temperature. But what we see, we have increasing cases of malaria. Increasing malaria cases. We have this increasing malaria cases in Himachal Pradesh. In Himachal Pradesh. You may be aware, this is the geographical range. Range is spreading now. Change in the seasonal pattern. There is a problem here that now it is moving on to other geographical regions, the colder areas like Himachal Pradesh. Then we have a time factor also here. You may be aware there is a problem called as dengue. Now this dengue is something which is very much common in cases of like August, September. This is the time again when we have high humidity, high moisture, high temperature also. But now we see that dengue is spreading even in times of November, December. Okay. So we see that the dengue is spreading during November. In NCR region. So we have seen that the cases of dengue are picking up during the times of November and December in case of NCR region, the National Capital Region. So that is another part. Then we have one of the very significant portion here, this climate change. We see that there is another issue here. There is another issue here. We have the example of hot weather. We see that there is also hot weather. Let me take you on to another page now. Okay. See, this climate change, it is leading to hot weather condition. Now, when there is a hot weather condition, we are going for use of air conditioners. So this is leading to higher energy consumption. And at the same time, the greenhouse gas emission, it will lead to higher levels of PM 2.5 particles. And when PM particles, the small particles which are there, when they are there in the air, it will lead to the lungs and bloodstream related problems. It will cause problems in our lungs, it will cause problem in our bloodstreams. So this is another dimension which you can add, that how the climate and the hot weather, it is creating a loop. It is creating a loop where there will be more and more health consequences. Then we see there is another angle. This PM 2.5, it can cause problem like asthma, it can cause pulmonary disease, hypertension, heart attack, impaired kidney function, inflammation of lungs. So this PM 2.5 which is there, it can cause a number of other challenges for our body. ये हमारे बॉडी के लिए और अधिक challenges create कर सकता है. Yes, we have discussed that in the beginning itself, Rishabh, that those who are preparing for 27, 28, see the nature of the topic and see how we are discussing it. Health is going to be one topic which is relevant for 26 also, 27 also, 28 also, 2030 also. And see the topic which we have selected, climate change and its impact on health. Now think about this. Will it change in 2027 or 28 or 29? ये ऐसे टॉपिक हैं जो हमेशा relevant रहेंगे. So we are not only just discussing the editorial, we are trying to connect it with our syllabus. We are trying to make the notes which can help you in answer writing in your exam. Now see here. Then we have the greenhouse gas. They are trapping more heat. Now this heat stress, this is forcing the heart to work harder. Why? In order to regulate the body temperature. So how it is impacting? There is a strain on cardiovascular, there is hypertension, heart attack and stroke. And especially there is more vulnerability for manual labors. So overall, you can see this one part, how the climate change is impacting our health system. I think you may be clear by now that how the climate change is impacting our healthcare system. और देखो, you can make short notes like this. जैसे मैंने आपको यहाँ पे बताया कि the climate change and the impact. So on one page, you are writing these things. Okay. On the same page, you can make these three flow charts also. ये जो तीन फ्लो चार्ट्स है इसको भी आप बना सकते हो on the same page, that how the climate change is having an impact on our healthcare system, how it is impacting our healthcare system. So this is one of the story. This is the first part of the story. First part, how the climate change is impacting our healthcare system. पहला तो ये part हुआ. Okay. So I hope this one section is clear. How it is impacting. How this is impacting, I think this first part is clear. So this is one of the notes which you have to make, the impact of climate change on human health. Now, I think when you have read this topic, you can easily understand how it is relevant for your examination. अब इससे related एक और चीज देखेंगे. There is another part which we have to see, and that is the second portion, the One Health approach. The problem was the impact of climate change. The solution is One Health approach. The solution is One Health approach. So this is a very important part, that on one side we are having a problem that how climate change is impacting the health. On other part, we are having the solution that how One Health approach is going to solve it. So now can you tell me, what is this One Health? What is this One Health approach? What is this One Health approach? Can you tell me what is the idea here? What is the One Health approach? Ashwani, we might be starting it by the end of May 2026. Okay. So what is One Health approach? Can you give me some idea? What is One Health approach? नाम तो सुना होगा इसका. Coordination and collaboration at all levels. Okay, that is one side of it. Tell me one thing, we will come to this portion. Tell me one thing. Suppose we are looking at a chicken. If this chicken is infected, can humans be impacted because of this? Can it infect us? If fishes, if they are infected, can it impact humans? If we have plants, they have got toxic chemicals. So can it impact humans? If we are talking about the ecosystem, if the ecosystem is contaminated, if there is too much infection in the ecosystem, can it impact humans? Can it impact humans? So what we see that if there is an impact on any of the organism of our ecosystem, there is a chance that it is going to spread to all other levels. It is going to spread to all other levels. Okay. So there is one thing called as One Health approach. One Health approach. One Health approach is something which aims to, there is an aim. It aims to sustainably, balance and optimize, the health of people, animals, and ecosystem. So here what we see that this is One Health approach, an approach which aims to sustainably balance and optimize the health for people also, the health for animals also, the health for the entire ecosystem. Okay. So we see that there is a complete dependence. There is a complete dependence on each other. So One Health approach says that you cannot just focus on humans. हम सिर्फ अगर ह्यूमंस पे फोकस करें तो देन वी विल नॉट बी एबल टू एड्रेस द रूट प्रॉब्लम. वी विल नॉट बी एबल टू एड्रेस द रूट प्रॉब्लम. So this is the main agenda, this is the main idea behind this One Health approach. Okay. And why this is necessary? Okay. The question is, why this is necessary? Why it is necessary? It is necessary because of interdependence. Interdependence in ecosystem. There is an interdependence in ecosystem. If one is impacted, there is impact on everyone. We see that why this is important? Because climate change impacts all. Why this is important? Because we see zoonotic disease have turned into epidemic or even pandemic. We have seen example bird flu. We have seen examples of the SARS. We have seen example of COVID. So why this is important? Because there is an interdependence in ecosystem. The climate change, it is impacting all. It is impacting the health of all the organisms. It is stressing out all the organisms. There is a zoonotic disease which have turned into epidemics or pandemics. Like we have seen the problems, for example, COVID, SARS, bird flu, and many others, they have turned into massive problem for the entire public health. So then what we have to do? Okay. What we have to do, like what we can do in this case of One Health approach. What is required? What is required here? What is the necessity? What is the necessity? Like, sorry, what should be done? What should be done? So we have understood that there is a system called as One Health approach. Now the question is, what should be done? We have seen why this is relevant. We have seen what is One Health approach. But what should be done? How we can ensure a One Health approach? Can it be done at a local level, or do we need a international collaboration? क्या हम सिर्फ इसको लोकल लेवल पे मैनेज कर सकते हैं? In this age of globalization, there is movement of people and animal across borders. Okay. So we see that first part here, we have globalized world. Globalized world. So we see that cross-border movement. There is a cross-border movement of people and animals. So what is required here? There will be a requirement of international collaboration. There will be a requirement of international collaboration on One Health. This is first part. Now, is it one sectoral? Is it one sectoral approach? So we see that One Health, it is a multi-sectoral domain. This is a multi-sectoral domain. There will be a requirement of what? Collaboration, coordination between different agencies like agriculture, animal, forest, environment, biodiversity, all these things, water and sanitation, air. So all those ministries which are related to environment, which are related to agriculture, which are related to health, which are related to nutrition, which are related to supply of food materials, everything needs to come together. Everyone requires to come together. So we see that there is a multi-sectoral collaboration from environment, agriculture, food distribution, animal health, human health, nutrition, everywhere. We need a multi-sectoral collaboration among all these sectors in order to ensure there is a One Health approach. But the third part, the most crucial part which is here, the third most important part which we can see from here, it is the awareness and sensitization. The awareness and sensitization. So where this is required? It is required among public, among healthcare professionals, among farmers, and so on. So this cannot be done just by one person or two person or one agency or government. There is a requirement of a globalized effort, or international collaboration. At national level also, we require a multi-sectoral effort. And the third and not the last and not the least, okay, we require awareness and sensitization among the people, among the healthcare professional, among the farmers. So I hope this is one part which you can understand कि what is this One Health approach and what is required here. इसमें क्या चाहिए होगा? कि what is One Health approach, why this is the necessity, and how it can be done. I hope you can easily understand and easily use that in your examination. Okay. So now on this basis, there can be a question which you can write. एक क्वेश्चन है जिसको आप लिखने की कोशिश कर सकते हो on this basis itself. And the question is this: evaluate the impact of climate change on human health. Do you think one health approach can help to manage the impact of climate change on health? Okay. So if you have to write this one question, question number 1, evaluate the impact of climate change on human health. Do you think one health approach can help to manage the impact of climate change on earth? ये आंसर लिखा जा सकता है अब? Can you write this answer now? So this is the second editorial which we have discussed. Now coming to the third part. Now coming to this third portion. What is tuberculosis revealing about Indian urban health system? So the topic here is not just tuberculosis. The topic here is not just tuberculosis. The topic here is the urban health system of India. The urban health system of India. Now come to this part. Here again, it is related to GS paper 2, health. Now, can you give me some basics about tuberculosis? A basic about tuberculosis? Can you give me some basics about tuberculosis? What causes this? What is the reason behind this tuberculosis? What is the reason behind this tuberculosis? क्या कारण क्या है इसका? How it is impact, like which one microbe is responsible for this? Which organs are impacted? Is it a fatal disease or not a fatal disease? Bacterial disease is there. So Himanshu is saying that it is a bacterial disease. Which bacteria? Which bacteria is there? Which bacteria is there? It is a bacterial disease. That's correct. But which bacteria is responsible here? See, this is caused due to Mycobacterium. It is caused due to Mycobacterium tuberculosis. It is caused due to Mycobacterium tuberculosis. This is a bacteria. A bacteria. This is one of the highly fatal disease. A highly fatal disease. Yes, Mycobacterium tuberculosis. It is primarily impacting our lungs. Primarily impacts lungs. But can impact other organs also. It can impact other organs also. Now the question is it treatable or not? Is it like treatable or not? Is it treatment possible or not? Answer is yes. This is one such disease which can be easily treated. It is a bacterial disease. So treatment is available. Yes, that is correct. But let us see some facts about this. When we talk about the tuberculosis, what we see that India has the largest burden. India has the largest burden of tuberculosis. India has the largest burden of tuberculosis in the world. India has the largest burden of tuberculosis in the world. Almost 25% cases in the world are there in India. Almost 25% of global cases. We see that there is almost 25% of global cases of tuberculosis which is there in India. तो देखो इसी तरीके से आपको साथ में नोट्स भी बनाते जाना है. डोंट राइट टू मच लेंदी लाइंस और अदर थिंग. मेक अ सिंपल फ्लो चार्ट. Try to understand it, try to relate it. Then you will be able to like memorize it, you will be able to have a better representation in answer also. जैसे I have shown you the climate change impact on health. So there is no such necessity that you have to write the lines only. You can make a flowchart like that and you can use that in your answer. It will save word, it will save time. Okay. तो वो time और energy, space सभी चीजों को save करता है. That is one of the beauty of representation. Now coming to this one portion, when we talk about tuberculosis, when we have seen about tuberculosis, we see that the highest burden in India. So the question is why? Why we are having this highest burden of tuberculosis in India? What is the reason behind it? What is the reason behind this highest burden of tuberculosis in India? Why we are having this? Why not any other country? So let's see the reasons. Let's see the factors which are responsible. When we talk about this, let's see the reasons. There is higher population, higher and dense population, higher and dense population. So, greater exposure. There is a greater exposure. Suppose you are going out in metro, you are going out in a public bus or train. Okay. So, we see that there is a higher and dense population. So, there is a greater exposure also. There is a greater exposure also. Then we see that in case of India, there is also a lack of awareness. Lack of awareness about communicable disease. You may have seen that some people are continuously sneezing, coughing. कई लोग हैं जो continuously sneezing कर रहे हैं, coughing कर रहे हैं, and they are going out in the public space. They are going out in dense areas. They are not having any mask. They are not having anything in order to contain the sneezing, in order to contain the droplets which are released by them in the atmosphere. So what they do, instead of like containing that sneezing or coughing, rather than that, they are sneezing on other person. वो दूसरे व्यक्ति पे ही स्नीजिंग कर रहे हैं. They are coughing on other person, they are coughing on their face, on their mouth, on their hands, on any such public bus, metro or any other crowded place. So what we see that there is a lack of awareness about communicable disease in India. That is one of the major factor. So this is not the only factor here. There is a question, a very good question from Madhumita, that what about China? China is also having dense population, higher population. Japan is also having some high density in some areas. But second factor, look at this one part, the lack of awareness about communicable diseases in the people. So that is lack of awareness about communicable diseases in the people. That is one of the main factor. And then there is the third factor. Okay. There is the third factor. There is the third factor that there is a higher vulnerability. Okay. This tuberculosis, it doesn't develop automatically. It develops when the vulnerabilities are there. Okay. So convergence of vulnerability. There is a convergence of vulnerabilities. There is a convergence of vulnerabilities such as there is a convergence of vulnerabilities such as malnutrition. There is a problem of malnutrition. There is another problem which we see like existence of prior diseases. There is also weak immune system. So these are the factors why there is a higher burden of tuberculosis in India. Okay. So this is one of the factors, that it is not only the population, it is the lack of awareness, and plus at the same time the convergence of vulnerabilities which lead to the problem of tuberculosis in India. But again, remember this one part. It is not only because of this. It is not only because of this. There is another part of it. There is another angle of it. Why tuberculosis prevail? There is the urban challenge. There is this urban challenge. There is this urban challenge. What we see, okay, what we see that in case of India, there is a lack of this primary healthcare system. There is a lack of adequate primary healthcare system. So this is one part, lack of adequate primary healthcare system. This is one part. We see that there is overcrowding in hospitals. So what we see, if a person is going for treatment or diagnosis of a problem, there is a risk of suffering wage loss. There is a risk of suffering wage losses. Risk of suffering wage losses due to overcrowding. Then there is a third part. There is a prevalence of private healthcare. Prevalence of private healthcare. Now, how this prevalence of private healthcare is a challenge? There is a lack of integration of data. There is a lack of data integration. Lack of data integration. There is a lack of data integration. So we are not having adequate data on case with respect to this tuberculosis or any other diseases. Then we have another part, that is lack of social support, social protection. Lack of social protection. There is a lack of social protection. There is a lack of this treatment option. Like suppose if they are going in government hospitals, there is too much overcrowding. If they are going to private hospitals, they have to pay hefty bills. So all these factors are contributing, and they are the urban challenge in India. In rural areas, the prevalence of tuberculosis is lower. In case of the rural areas, the immunity level is also higher. So we see that this is one of the problem. There is a lack of surveillance, there is a lack of follow-up, there is a lack of pharmaceutical regulations. So all these factors chip in. Which leads to the problem of prevalence of tuberculosis in India. So tuberculosis is a disease in India which has been magnified by the social, infrastructural and urban setting in India. It is something which has been enhanced, magnified by the social setting, by the infrastructural gaps, by the urban management in India. So it is not just a disease, it is not just a bacterial disease. This is a failure of the healthcare system. This is a failure of the urban system also. So this is one of the part what we see in case of the tuberculosis, that how it is related to this problem. Okay. Now there is another issue. There is one other part, that migrants are more at risk. Why? Lack of documents, mostly daily wage workers, lack of social security, etc. So the migrant workers who are there, their treatment is again something which is challenging. The infrastructural quality is another factor. Infrastructure, slums, lack of drainage, contaminated water, and so on. So this is the part why tuberculosis is a prevalent disease in India, why it is prevailing in India, why it is becoming a disaster in India. Why even after many such attempts, we have not been able to contain the tuberculosis in India. So I hope this one part is clear. So now if I give you a question that tuberculosis is not just a health challenge. It is a social, it is a result of social, infrastructural, and urban deficits. Comment. So you have to give the answer in 150 words. I have given you one question, and this is the second question. Okay. That tuberculosis is not just a health challenge, it is the result of social, infrastructural, and urban deficit. Comment. So can you write answer of this question now? अभी आप आंसर लिख सकते हो. Okay. Now again, since we are starting new, so what are your suggestions? Like, I'm open to your suggestions that what we should be doing in these sessions. हमें और क्या क्या चीजें करनी चाहिए जिससे आपको हेल्प मिलेगा. So I want to know from your side that what else do you need, that what else I should add to these sessions. What I have provided you, we are doing this syllabus linkage. We are doing this syllabus. We are seeing the PYQ. We are having the content in shorter version, in short form. And we are having practice question. So in our editorial sessions, we are doing this part. In our editorial session, we are doing this part. We are having the syllabus linkage. We are trying to have the PYQ connect also. We are trying to see the content in a short form which you can use in your notes. Now there is another part. I am also giving you some practice question. So what else should be added to these sessions? Okay, there is one question, if we could send the answer. देखो, answer evaluation from my side is a difficult task. The thing is, almost 7 hours of classes are there. So 7 hours of classes means almost 12 to 14 hours. So that becomes a challenge ki how to do this part of answer evaluation in that time. So that is one challenge from my side. We will do this one thing, that in upcoming sessions, we will discuss this part. Okay. We will discuss this part like how to write the answer of these questions. We will discuss one question at least on daily basis. जैसे आज मैंने आपको 2 क्वेश्चन दिया, तो we will be discussing one answer, that what should be the structure of this answer. किस आंसर को आपको लिखना कैसे चाहिए था. So that is one part which we will do. Need more communication with the topic. Communication like, can you give me a little bit more idea? I will give you ideas for sure, that how you can analyze your answer. I will give you suggestions for that. We will have a discussion of one answer on daily basis, so that you can learn the art of answer writing. Okay. So then now it's your task. You have to share this initiative with your friends, okay, with your co-aspirants, with your batch student, like many of you are in foundation batches or other batches. So share it with your friends. Let them know that we have started this editorial session. So more and more people can join us. Point-wise notes. So we are having this point-wise notes itself. Like if you can see, we have made this one chart. Ab dekho, I have connected this part, that how tuberculosis is there. When we have seen, then we have seen that why this is prevailing. What is the urban challenge related to this? So we have made this point-wise itself in short form. ताकि आपको याद भी रहे, you can also write it. We will discuss answer also from tomorrow, Ashwini. Okay. कल से हम लोग इसमें आंसर भी डिस्कस करेंगे about the questions. So try to write it from one side, from your side first, and tomorrow we will start discussing the questions on it. Okay. So this is one of the part. Now it is your duty. Share it. Okay. So now it is your duty to share it with all your friends, your co-aspirants. Let them know that we have started this editorial analysis, so that more and more people can join. You can also have a very good, healthy competition, so that you can understand what other people are thinking, where you need to improve. Okay. So that will be all for today. Today we will be meeting in evening session also. Okay. We are going to do some change in there. So we will meet today at 5 for the current affairs session also, and then I will tell you that how we are going to proceed with current affairs from tomorrow onwards. So thank you so much. Take care and all the best. Okay. So thank you everyone. Take care.